everyone, welcome to my channel. Hey, I'm out riding the trails with my wife today. We're going to try some voice overdubbing to make this a little more interesting. Even I get bored of watching my videos, tell you how good they are. But anyway, as you saw from that earlier clip, I had a guy come around a corner in my lane. He cut way to the inside of the corner, should have been on the outside. I'm not sure what he was thinking. Yeah, I get it, mistakes happen, but usually something like that, most people that ride two-way trails know better. So hopefully you learned something, and luckily nobody was hurt. Safety first. I mean, if you get hit by a side-by-side, that's going to hurt. So coming up here right after we cross the road, letting these guys get across, waiting for my wife. She should be right behind me. Yep, she is. So we're going to cross the road here, and you'll see here the first curve we get to is where the side-by-side almost hits me. Right there.
Oh. He was in my lane. That guy was in my lane.
So I'm usually pretty good at avoiding people. I stay way to my side most of the time, unless I can see way far in front of me. Sometimes I'll get over to the other side and miss bumps or whatnot. So as you can see, these trails are pretty sandy. I really like riding them, but sometimes I wish there was more variety than just sand. Here it's actually a little more packed gravel, but just for that short section, 'cause this is actually more like a road here, but it is part of the trail. This is part of the Little Manistee Trail in Lake County, Michigan. We're taking the northern section, which leads us to the Lincoln Hills Loop, which we tend to ride that a lot because there's a good overlook that you can ride to, as well as a bridge over the river. It's just for ORVs and snowmobiles. By the way, these trails are also snowmobile trails in the winter. So summertime they are ORV and they are groomed in the summer, and in the winter they're snowmobile and they're groomed. They groom the snow for wintertime use. Wasn't a real busy day. We came across those side-by-sides and a few other riders on quads and some dirt bikes later on, but wasn't real busy. I cut out some of this video just so it's not so boring, so it looks like we're seeing a lot of riders because I cut a lot out of the middle. These trails are fast here. If I was with another guy, we'd probably really be running these things fairly fast, but for safety too in the corners, I tend to slow down a little, because you never know when you're going to meet somebody going the other way. The Predator, man, that thing's running great. I don't usually ride it anymore. My son rides it. I usually ride the Sportsman, but when my wife's along, she rides the Sportsman. She won't even ride the Predator. So Sportsman's like sitting on a sofa going down the trail. It's very comfortable. It's got power steering. Only thing is, with this sand and the hot summertime, I bet it was like close to 90 this day that we're riding here. The belt does get pretty hot. I blew a couple belts already, so I'm actually running a Gates carbon belt on the Sportsman right now, and I turned the snorkel around so it's facing the airflow just to try to get more air into it. I'm 3 sizes up on tires. I'm running 28s, and my snorkel's probably a little more restrictive than stock, so I'm trying to get as much air into the belt housing as possible to try to keep the belt cool. You can see too, I don't think I have a film, but a lot of times, every time we stop to take a break, I would put the bike in neutral and just rev it up to get air into that clutch. Try to cool it off a little so the belt doesn't take such a heat soak while we're taking breaks. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys experienced hot belts on your Sportsmans in the summertime on sand. Because sand seems to be a lot less rolling resistance than, hard pack. So I think the belt does run hotter because of that. And also, if you're running a snorkel kit, let me know, because I believe that adds to it. But hey, since I did the valve job on the Predator, that thing's running mint. Okay, this is the first staging area, parking area that we come to from where we parked. We parked at Club 37, which is nice because when we get back, we can go in and have lunch or drink or whatever. I think this is 7 Mile staging. We're good. Yep. All right, let's roll. There's probably more stop signs, or less stop signs than it looks. Like I said, I cut a lot of the video out in the middle, so it's not so boring. If you got any comments on what you'd like to see as far as changes to my videos, if you like the voiceover, if you like something totally different, or just like watching the riding, let me know in the comments. Used to be a bar that you could ride to down that trail that caught on fire Memorial Weekend, I believe it was, and burned to the ground. So can't stop there for lunch now. I did hear they were going to rebuild it though, so hopefully that's the case. Next summer we can stop, or even this winter. Really hot day, like I said. I believe it got up into the 90s. We tried to get an early start and before it got too warm, but it was pretty much warm from the get-go in the morning. So as we were riding, I noticed if we kept moving, the airflow felt good and kept you somewhat cool. Getting a little chatter bumps through there. Okay, so now this last section that we are on and continuing here, we're on the Lincoln Hills ORV trail, and we're headed towards the bridge. We're on the north loop of it. It's just a big loop. It goes around in a circle. When you get to the Overlook, you basically turn around and come back across the bridge, and then you can take the loop left or right. So you take the south or the north loop. I like this section through here. We get into some hills, wooded areas. Hard to tell on a TV screen how hilly terrain is. I noticed that with snowmobiling as well. Always looks much worse when you're actually there doing it. You put it on a video and it don't look that steep. This is definitely not mountainous, but there are some hills in here. Lots of loose sand. This is a nice long section without too many stop signs, which is kind of cool. Shaded areas definitely feel good when it's as warm as it was this day. Also, leave in the comments if you've ever ridden these trails or ride trails like these and where they're at. It's always interesting to read responses of people that either ride where you do or the type of terrain you do. We go to UP a lot, usually guys trips, and I have a friend that has a house there, cabin, and the terrain there is definitely different. A little more stone, dirt, hard pack, but also sand there as well. So you get a little mix of everything, mud, water. You can go back and look at some other videos where you can see us crossing a lot of water. Yeah, there she is. Took a little longer to catch up that time. Another group of riders out enjoying the day. Oh, here we are, coming up to the bridge. This is the Pine River. We're about ready to cross. Pretty fast flowing river. It's fun to kayak this river. Pretty clean river too. And this bridge was just rebuilt probably 3 or 4 years ago, just for ORVs. Before it was for ORVs, snowmobiles, and then they had to widen it now that the side-by-sides are out. Now we are heading up the hill, bumpy. They don't groom this part. In the summer they don't, they do in the winter. And we're heading over to the Overlook, and it overlooks the Pine River, which is pretty high bluff right here. Good place to take a break, get some pictures.
I hear somebody coming, yeah. I hear voices.
The whole point has been updated. Please check it on the map. Take off.
It's recording.
This is a pretty steep down. So I'm holding on to this tree.
So I decided to get the drone out and get some shots right over the river. Too steep to really walk down there. And another couple showed up at the Overlook, talked to us for a little bit. They ended up going down to meet their daughter at the launch and did a little swimming. And it's so hot we decided to get rolling as well. So at the end of this video, I took some drone shots at the cabin. Usually when we're up here riding, we're just staying at our cabin, which is like a 10-minute ride from the staging area to the cabin. We like to hang out up there, have bonfires, so I took some drone footage of the sunset at the end here by the cabin, and of the fire and whatnot. So that's what you'll see at the end of this video. Hey, thanks for watching.